Hey, colors out there. Welcome to another episode of Critiques and Paintovers, be episode 3. Today we're critiquing a piece from Josh J81, and again, I'll put a link to his DeviantArt site in the description so you can check out the rest of his work. There's a piece, I guess it's from Astonishing Tales from Marvel Comics. So we have the pencils by Kenneth Rocafort, inks by Dev Gear. It's a pretty strong piece. I like the aquas and the greens setting it against the reds of the main two heroes. Really works very well. Mojo is like rendered really awesome. Really big fan of like that harsh white light going up against him like that. Looks really good. There are a couple things I could see that can help push it a lot farther. So I'll just run through those real quick. So on top of his colors, I'm going to open up a new layer, set it to multiply. I'm just select my basic blue I use for adding a lot of shadows. Let me get that open so you can check it out. That's the color blue I like to use. Not too strong, not too weak, just right. So my layer set to multiply. I'm going to get a nice soft brush. I'll select that background. So I think all this text stuff needs to be pushed away from the textured background a little bit more. So I'll just go in a little bit of blue to help push that back a little bit more. So there we go. And we can always, if that's too much, since it's on a separate layer, we go in and erase a little bit of that. So I think that works pretty nice. So it helps the tech pop out really good. Another thing I noticed, the separation between Spider-Woman and Iron Man as well. So I'm going to go ahead and select Iron Man. All those different components. And let's see. Yeah, I think that's enough to go. We'll go back to our multiply layer. And again, with that same blue, just going to go a little bit, not too much, down here on the legs, this arm. It's going to add more shadow. It helps separate the two. I think that's working pretty nicely here. Maybe a little bit on the arm here. And also what that's going to do, it's going to intensify this light source on his leg, on his arm as well. So I think that's working pretty good. Probably do a little bit, oops, let me go back to the flats here. Maybe a little bit more on the head as well. I am digging that. That looks really good up against the that bright light. And again, we can erase a little bit if we go too much. Next up, I want to add some depth to his neck, and it'll really put a little bit more focus on his helmet. Same layer, same blue. Just a little bit more shadow under that. That's all. They're really basic, but you can see how much that helps add more dimension to it. We do the same thing to Spider-Woman here. Let's see. We'll put the back is going to be in shadow right here, and underneath her buttocks and inside of her legs as well. So I think that's working pretty good. A little bit more there. Oh yeah, a lot more dimension to it. Let me get back to this background. Let me lighten this up a little bit so it's not getting too muddied back here. I think that's working out. Let's see, next we get some of the blue going on her hair. A little bit more depth to that. So we're not doing a whole lot. Just adding more shadows, more contrast. I think that's looking pretty good. I think this on her webbing here underneath her armpits. Needs a little bit more. Let's put that in shadow. Yeah, I think so. And then on this other one, there we go. Oops. Just ever so slightly. Just a little bit there. And then let's go back up to here and we'll do it underneath her arm. A little bit of a shadow from where her arm is. Maybe just lighten that up a little bit. So I'd like to zoom out, a little squint, see what pops and what doesn't. And you can see how much that helps right there. Just separating objects. I think what else we need, we'll do a new layer on top, set that to overlay, and now I'll just get a default colors. Just hit D, so you get your default colors, hit X, and it switches them, so now my white is my foreground color. I'll just get a hard edge brush, and I'll just throw my shape dynamics on it, get you a nice little sharp edge on it really quickly. I think what we'll do is we'll just go in, add a couple more highlights on Iron Man here. That overlay makes it so simple, so we can just have the just use white on everything. It doesn't matter what the color is underneath it. It'll I think it'll adjust it to the color that we want really nicely. So you see it working on the right here on the yellow goldish colors. And we can bring it down here. Oops. I'll just brighten up some of these here. So that light source here is going to hit it really nicely. Same thing right here. We could even, on the red, you see even though we're just using white on an overlay, brings up that red really nicely as well. Not really, because it's just going to go in real quick. You don't have to go in and lasso every single little thing. I'll just bust out my brush every now and then and just draw the lines. Let's see, a little bit on the red here as well. Oops. That's a really quick way of adding more detail. So if you don't want to go in and color every single little piece, you just kind of, just kind of mess around, and that'll do it. But I don't think we need that, so it's going to be mostly in shadow anyway. Yeah, so far this is looking like where this is going. So do that. And do a little bit on this one as well. So I'm digging that. And I think, let's see. So you can see like the big difference that those little highlights make. Even though we just went in and drew those in really quickly, adds a lot of dimension, a lot of character to the armor. So yeah, I think we can also do it on this top part, and then on the coils in the neck will help out a lot too. I'm liking that. Same trick, we could do it on the same layer as well. Just add a little bit more dimension to these background pipes. Again, we're not really going to spend too much time trying to figure out what's what, because again, it's just a little detail that's in the background. It's not going to make us or break us. If you know, nobody's going to be looking at that and like, hey, wait a second, that's supposed to be like this, and you know, nobody's too worried about that stuff. At least I hope not. So yeah, just really quickly, and just as long as you remember like where you're doing your light source from. So I'm having like everything hit it, you know, from this direction. Just as long as we keep that consistent, you know, it's gonna look nice. Oops. So it's kind of like what painters do. You know, it's what they call implied detail. You know, just going in with really quick strokes and everything like that. It's going to add so much dimension. Rotate my canvas. It'll be a lot easier. I don't like that. Let's see. Well, I think you guys get the gist as I mean doing all that. I don't know if that's going to be so exciting watching me do this whole thing. Yeah, I think you guys can see where I'm coming from just from that little bit. Let's I'll just finish up this last little part and then we'll step back and take a look at it so you can see the difference. That part there. Those little guys. Let's get a little bit more going on here. There we go. And I'll do this guy down here too real quick. So
tutorial?
Yeah, just recording a paint over real quick. Got any tips you want to share with the people at YouTube?
Oh, you're recording right now?
Yeah, I'm recording right now. Ladies and gentlemen, Juan Fernandez.
Hello. Looks nice.
Yeah, I'm just going over talking about implied detail.
Nice.
So yeah, just a couple quick brush strokes will help sell the detail really quickly in the backgrounds.
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about it. Always helps with the speed.
Nice. Kenneth Rockerford.
Yeah. So just that little bit helps pull it. So.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, that's all. You guys could imagine what the rest looks like. I'm not going to spend all night doing it for you. Feeling kind of lazy tonight. But, so let's take a look at, there's the before that we had. Nice, strong start. Just adding a little bit more depth in those highlights on the background and on Iron Man. Again, just those small little things really help pop it out, add more dimension to it. And that's all I have for this one. Again, if you have any questions, comments, just leave them here on YouTube or my DeviantArt account, deviantart.limage.com. And I believe that's it. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye.